Jane was a Yank. Was Jane British or American?
Americans. Jane was a Yank. She was an American.
American. Jane was a Yank. Jane was an American. Was she an Australian?
No, she was an Australian. Jane was Yank. She was an American.
She wasn't an Australian. Jane was a Yank. She was an American. Who was a Yank?
Jane. Jane was Yank. She was an American.
Jane. Jane was a Yank. She was an American. Jane was sitting in the restaurant alone. Was Jane sitting with a friend?
No, Jane was sitting in a restaurant alone.
No, she wasn't. Jane was sitting in a restaurant alone. Who was Jane sitting with?
Alone. Jane sitting in a restaurant alone.
She was sitting with no one. Jane was sitting in the restaurant alone. Was Jane sitting in a hotel?
No, Jane sitting in a restaurant. Jane was sitting in a restaurant.
No, Jane was sitting in the restaurant. She had just arrived in Vietnam. She walked to a restaurant. Had she lived in Vietnam for 6 months?
No, she didn't live Vietnam for 6 months.
Jane hadn't
She
lived in
had
Vietnam
just
for 6
arrived in
months.
Vietnam.
She had just arrived in Vietnam. Did Jane walk to a restaurant?
Yes, Jane walked to a restaurant.
Yes, Jane walked to a restaurant. She walked to a restaurant. Did Jane take a taxi to a museum?
No, she didn't take a taxi to a museum. Jane
No,
walked to
Jane
a
didn't take a
restaurant.
taxi to a museum. She walked to a restaurant. She knew no one in Vietnam and was sitting by herself. Did Jane have many friends in Vietnam?
No, Jane, no,
No.
she knew
Jane
no
didn't
one in
have many
Vietnam.
friends in Vietnam. She knew no one in Vietnam. How many people did Jane know in Vietnam?
No one.
None. She knew no one in Vietnam. Why was Jane sitting alone?
Jane sitting alone because she knew no one in Vietnam.
She was sitting alone because she knew no one in Vietnam. Jane was feeling a little lonely because she knew no one and had no friends in Vietnam. Why was Jane feeling lonely?
Jane feeling lonely because she knew no one in
Jane was
Vietnam.
feeling lonely because she knew no one and had no friends in Vietnam. Was Jane feeling lonely?
Yes, she feeling lonely.
Yes, she was feeling lonely. Jane was feeling lonely. Was Jane feeling lonely because she had no job?
No, Jane was feeling lonely because she knew no one in
Jane was
Vietnam.
feeling lonely because she knew no one and had no friends in Vietnam. Did Jane have many friends in Vietnam?
No, Jane knew no one in
No,
Vietnam.
she didn't have many friends in Vietnam. She knew no one and had no friends in Vietnam. Quan walked in, ordered his food, and sat at the table next to Jane's. Did Quan sit outside the restaurant at a table?
No, Quan walked in restaurant and sat at the
No,
table next to
he sat at
Jane.
the table next to Jane's. Did Quan walk out of the restaurant?
No, Quan didn't walk out. Quan walked in.
No, he didn't walk out of the restaurant. He walked in, ordered his food, and sat at the table next to Jane's. Where did Quan sit in the restaurant?
At the table next to Jane.
At the table next to Jane. He sat at the table next to Jane's. He began a conversation with Jane. Who began a conversation with Jane?
Quan began to conversation with Jane.
Quan. Quan started a conversation with Jane. Did he finish a conversation with Jane?
Did he? Quan conversation with Jane.
No. Quan didn't finish his conversation with Jane. He began a conversation with Jane.
Began.
What did Quan begin with Jane?
Quan began with Jane.
A conversation. Quan began a conversation with Jane. Quan asked Jane questions to get to know her better. Did Quan ask Jane questions to hire her for a job?
No, Quan asked Jane questions to get to know her better.
No. Quan didn't ask Jane questions to hire her for a job. Quan asked Jane questions to get to know her better. Why did Quan ask Jane questions?
To get to know her better.
Quan asked Jane questions to get to know her better. Did Quan tell Jane a story to amuse Jane?
No, Quan tell her story to get to know her better.
Quan didn't tell Jane a story to amuse Jane. Quan asked Jane questions to get to know her better. Jane told Quan her story and why she was in Vietnam. Did Jane refuse to talk to Quan?
Jane tell Quan
Jane
her
didn't
story
refuse to talk to Quan.
and why she
Jane
was
told
in
Quan her
Vietnam.
story and why she was in Vietnam. What did Jane tell Quan?
No, Jane tell Quan her story
and why she was in
Vietnam.
Jane told Quan her story and why she was in Vietnam. Did Jane sing songs to Quan?
No, Jane didn't sing song.
No, Jane didn't sing songs to Quan. Jane told Quan her story and why she was in Vietnam.